Thanks, Ali. In the following predictive analytics example, I'll show you how we can use machine-readable data collected in the past to predict future failure of financial institutions. In this data set, you see financial institutions with 6 metrics that we believe indicate the failure of a financial institution, like regulatory capital, liquidity, return on average assets, efficiency ratio, impaired loans, and total assets. We also add the metric failed, which indicates, based on historical data, which organization did actually fail in 2012. With this data, we can now use the BI or data mining tool, in our case, MicroStrategy, to build a predictive model to predict future failure. So I'm just connecting to our data mining tool. And you can see here that we already started with a data model that we prepared. And if I can look at the predictive model, here we used logistic regression, and this was a formula generated by MicroStrategy based on the input variables that we gave it. The tool also provides other options, for example, to look at the quality of a model, and it shows us here that the model had a 97.3 overall correct predictions. We can also look at the variables, and in the variables at the correlation matrix, and we can see here in this case that the tool found that only regulatory capital, efficiency ratio, and return on average assets had a high correlation to an organization failing. With that information now, we can modify our model and remove the extra metrics. So I open the model here, keep the logistic regression, and now I can remove the total assets, impaired loans, and liquidity. And I'll save that again. Now I can use my training data for MicroStrategy to relearn the model. And once it has relearned the model, I can use that metric, or the metric will be updated automatically, and I can use that model against future data. So the model was updated. I can now go back, and I have here a chart with current data that is also using the forecast, the now predictive metric for failure. And you can see here all organizations plotted against regulatory capital and liquidity, and highlighting the red organizations that are highlighted to fail. And you can see here, for example, Money Federal Credit Union, Prospera Credit Union, Creative Arts, and it happens to be that Abacus is also here by the model predicted to fail. With this information, we can now investigate, especially these organizations that are predicted to fail further. We can, for example, launch on-site inspections or do further investigation.